Okay, so here's a little story about a little thing I was in. It's been over like a year since it first started. It's like the best damn thing that's ever fucking happened to me. And by the title of the video, you probably already know what it fucking is. But I'm gonna talk about it anyway, you fuckheads. I can say these words because I'm demonetized. So this video isn't scripted, not in the fucking lightest. So you'll probably just see an old meme of Kenpachi, or just a picture of Kenpachi on the whole time. That's fine. I don't give two shits. I don't have a fucking computer. I just have my iPad. And I'm rambling too long. Let's get to the fucking story. Okay, so I joined this one server. Its name is Groose. Shout out to Flurbu. You're welcome, Flurbu. They used to have D&D on there, so I joined when there was D&D. And so the day I joined, they're actually having their first Bleach session, and I was like, I know a little bit about Bleach, but I sure do love fucking D&D, and I can't do it that much in real life. So I decided to join, and for the first 10 minutes, I can't make a fucking character, but then I figure out how to do, and I make a human, because everybody else there was a Hollow, a Quincy, and what's the last one? What's Soul Reaper? How could I forget that one? That's like the main part of this story, the main part of my character. I'm talking about the whole story, but I'm mainly talking about like my character. But let's go on with it. Okay, story starts out. I think it starts out with Crumb. This from what I remember. Crumb, he's one of my friends. I forgot his. It was just the fucking. He was a German boy, and he was living in Germany because Stern Riders and stuff like that. He was a full-blown Quincy, pure blood, not half blood, and like it starts out like Hollows are attacking his home, so he has to defend it. He does a real shit job at doing that. His dad loses his arms. His dad then goes to the hospital, and he goes see his dad. His dad's like, I'm disappointed in you, son. Blah, blah, blah. My men have been gathering intel on, like, this one human population in, Japan. I forgot the name of it. Hold on. It's Kurokawa Town? Something of the sorts. He's like, yeah, you gotta go there. And, he's like, oh, then I'll prove you again. Blah, blah, blah. And so that's how he goes there. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, that session, fucking, I think it was the Quincy, no, not the Quincy, the Soul Reaper, fucking scared him off. He shit and pissed himself, like, legit. No, it was me. Oh shit. Oh, hold on. Okay, I'll get to that later. Okay. Then we go to Florbu's character. I think his name was Skeletor, something like that. He was the alien from Ben 10 that has like the big brain and it looks like a crab. He was that, but hollow, the hollow mask. I'm gonna be honest. Most of my characters do this. Like, they joined a bad person, but my characters don't know they're truly a bad person, and. So right before I'm kind of forced into joining Florbu's character, but you'll get to know why later. He destroys a fucking, like, I think he was in a hospital or something. I don't know, but he killed a lot of people and he ate a baby. He legitimately ate a baby, and then he shot at a kid, that was on a swing. Yeah, that kid was me. It turned out it became me because I was the only human. And I ran back and the Soul Reaper, I think it was Pachinko? It was probably Pachinko. Yeah, and he was like forcibly talking to me, like I felt the words come into my ear, and it was like it wasn't hurting me, but like you could feel the words. You couldn't hear the words, you felt them. That's how fucking badass and radical it was. And so I was like, God, is that you? And everybody just fucking bursted out laughing. And so we just rolled with it. And I was like, there's a monster that way. And he was like, oh yes, that's the devil. And I come help me fight the devil. And I couldn't even see God. I couldn't see the devil, so I decided, oh fuck, this guy might be God. So I followed him. And yeah, God gets his ass handed to him, and I get hit again by. Well, I didn't get hit in the first place because I wasn't that character yet, but I get hit again, and I can start seeing him because like, oh, the soul energy got into me. I forgot the shit. It's been a year. Give me some slack, please. But I could start seeing them. I see God getting his ass handed to him, and God runs away. And so the next implication, like I said, is that the devil's like, yeah, I'm going to use you as bait, hollow bait, because I got attacked by hollows, and hollows are more attracted to me. And so he takes me and like puts me like out there, and like this big, fat, ugly motherfucker. Other motherfucker Hollow comes up. He starts looking at me. He's like, yeah, you're gonna be a good feast. And I like feel the slimy on his tongue, and Flobu just kills him, eats him. He's like, good job, we're going home. And so we go to my house. I'm American, by the way, in Japan. I'll have that. I forgot to mention that. My name's Max. So we get home, and like he's like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat your parents. And like, through the canon, my parents are kind of assholes, I think. That's what was said. I was like, nah, I still love them. Don't eat them. So while I'm taking a shower, Flobu goes downstairs, and I don't know why he's a nice guy. He accepted me, but he ate my dog. So I got all this shit off, and we both go to sleep, and I was like, oh, I gotta go to school tomorrow, even though it was like summer. I didn't know that. I was like, oh, gotta go to school tomorrow. And so we go to I think this was the next session, or somebody joined. Because then there was another Quincy and another Soul Reaper. The Soul Reaper beat the Quincy and took the Quincy back to fucking, I think Pachaco's character, Soul Reaper, died, and Bird came. And Bird's character was Arthur. And he took Pachaco's Quincy and gave him to Mayoi. Yeah, not not the best thing for Pachaco's character. But then we went, and then we went to fucking. I went to sleep. I woke up. It was Max Bastion, and Soto's like, yeah, we gotta go find some more hollows. So like, we're just roaming the streets of Kawagura Town, old shell town or whatever. And like we see this guy, and like Crow, like he looks suspicious, and you know how there's no guns in Bleach, but I needed to find a weapon, and so like, he's like, hey kid, you want to buy some drugs? I'm like, no. And so like he pulls out a knife on me. He starts like trying to kill me, then just fucking Soto lobs his head off, just. And that's gonna become his main thing that I'm not gonna mention again, except for like one more time. Flobu always likes cutting heads off. I think he got a special technique to like try. It's one of his Shikai's, but for hollows things when they become an Arankar and stuff. I forgot what it was, but it's been a while. I'm sorry. So he lobs the guy's head off. I take the drugs. I'm like, yeah, we can sell them. And so, like, I'm walking the streets, and so police stop me. Because I didn't think that, like, the jacket would have blood, and the jacket would have blood. And so they stopped me and, like, hey, why the fuck you doing this? And I'm like, and they pull out my coat and they see, like, drugs. So they start beating me because they're xenophobic and stuff like that, because it's Japan and I'm American. And I'm like, please, no, it's not my fault. So, some guy... And, like, I convinced him that some guy just, like, tried to kill me. And I took his jacket. I didn't know his jacket had drugs. And so, like, okay, you're coming with us. And so we go. And so I had to go to jail. That's, like, really close to Japan. So I had to go to jail. And when I get there, Oh God, I get put in a cell with 2 other Americans, and they're both black. If I haven't said anything now, this is gonna be very graphic. So, uh, so the black guy sees me. He's all excited. He's like, "So what you in here for, pal?" And I'm like, "God told me to steal drugs from him." So I said God told me to do something because that's how my character would work. I didn't think Soto was the devil. I think he was God because he defeated God and God's undefeatable or something. So I changed that. And so it was like, yeah, God told me to kill my family. And I'm like, oh shit. And I didn't think like, my character didn't think this guy's a fucking psychopath. I think my character thought, oh my God, this guy's made other people do things too. Holy shit. And so then the guy on the top bunk, he starts fucking screaming and just viciously masturbates and comes everywhere. Exactly how Crow described it. He was like, he's mentally ill. I was like, okay. And so, like, me and the black guy do some things. He does, like, his sacred dance, and we sleep with each other. He doesn't fuck me, but we sleep with each other. And Flubber's just outside when 3 hollows appear. And I don't know how fucking Flubber survived, because I know the hollows were pretty fucking strong. But I think Flubber just thought smarter, and I know Crow probably rolled bad, because, like, back then his rolls were hot garbage, but now they're fucking incredible. And so, Flubber gets done killing the hollows, eating them, and, like, he breaks me out, and, like, I ride on his back, and we're riding out, and the first black guy that's, like, God told him to kill his family just starts massacring, like, cops and everything, and they don't care about a little boy riding on an invisible thing. They care about the big black guy with his dick. And so we get out, and we're just, like, roaming the streets, and I'm still on Flubber's back, when we hear a Cerro, like a double Cerro, I think it was, hit me. I'm dying. I'm just fucking, don't eat me, to Flubber. I just fucking die, and this edgy motherfucker comes out of nowhere. His name's Rain. That's how you know he's fucking edgy. He's an Arankai. He's like, humans and hollows cannot coexist. He must know what he wants to be. And so at this moment in, like, real life, Crow's like, yeah, roll a D100. If it's 0 to 50, you become a Soul Reaper. Your soul will go on to the Soul Society. And if it's 51 to 99, you'll become a hollow. And so I roll a natural 100. And he's like, okay, you get to pick. So I become a hollow, obviously. I become a big fucking large fucking hollow. But, like, that's not the point. I'm still dead. And Rain's like, oh, you have to side. And so, like, Floyd was mourning my death when Crumb's character that was the Quincy comes out of nowhere and starts attacking him. And he knocks out Floybu. And so, like, he's about to kill Floybu when all of a sudden I come out in my hollow form. I just stare at him. I'm like, leave or die. I roll a nat 20 on intimidation. And he rolls like a nat 1. And I forgot what it was. And so he shits and pisses himself and runs away. And, like, Crow's like, you want to eat him? You want to eat a Seltor? I'm like, nah. Seltor's my friend. We'll be friends forever. And then the next thing I know, I roll shitty on a counter with Florbu because Florbu got up, and I die again. That's a main thing with this character, I think. He's always close to death or dies. Max just dies anytime anything happens, practically. So, yeah, Crumb's character never comes back. I'm sorry. He didn't like the character, and he had a stupid image for his character. So, I go on to Soul Society. Florbu's sad, so he eats my parents. And I'll continue Florbu's story for Seltor. He re-meets the big black guy, but the big black guy becomes like an Arankar really quickly. And somehow, some way, Florbu convinces the big black guy that he's God, and he eats him. So he becomes an Arankar. I think that's how he meets Rain again, and they decide to attack Soul Society. But cut back later, I get revived in Soul Society, and I hear some voices talking in my head, and it's my Zanpakuto, but I didn't know it was my Zanpakuto at the time. So I go out, and all I see is Bird's character, Arthur, punching a goddamn wall. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And he's like, oh yeah, muscular man. He looks like Lewis from Full Metal Alchemist. Louis Armstrong. I don't think that's his name. I think I'm fucking that up. But we go to Squad 11, the big Buffy squad. That's why I think you're seeing Kenpachi in this video. So, like, me and him, they're like, oh, you want to join our squad? Fight Bird. And me being the cocky fucker, I do the fucking wave hand, like, come at me with my hand. Because I got to go first, but I didn't use it. And I lose. Like, I got some hits in, but I lose. So they kick me out. And I have to go to Soul Reaper training. Once again, with this character, I had to go, like, back to Soul Reaper training, like, 4 fucking times. It took me a while. I never even joined a squad, actually. Holy shit, thinking about it. So, I go back to Soul Reaper training, I come back, and, like, I think this is, like, one session where it's just me, Flowbro as a Soul Reaper. I think his name was Chocolate Thunder. And he gets sent on a mission. I'm like, hey! And I just, like, run after him, like, my name's Max. Nice to meet you. After, like, running, like, 100 feet just to get him. And then, we go to the human world to, like, fight some Quincy's, which I'm not even supposed to go to the human world because I'm not in a fucking squad, but it doesn't matter. So we go to the human world. He's in squad 3. Yeah, he's in squad 3. And so, we go there, and first thing we meet is a Quincy. And, like, he's pretending to be nice with us. So we're, like, nice. And so, like, okay, let's go find some hollows. And, like, they go to the left, and I rolled, like, a nat 1. So I go to the right. And so they find me. And I'm about to get penetrated by a goddamn hollow in my butt. That's one of my most memorable things about the fucking campaign. And so they're fighting off the fucking hollow. He's taking all the damage. And I get butt fucked. And I get out of it. But he comes in me. And that's not something I want to say about anything, but the hollow cummed in me. It wasn't an enjoyable experience. And so finally we cut his dick off. We did like 120 damage to him. But all we had to do was cut his dick off. And then the Quincy betrays us. And even though we're both battered and beat, we still somehow beat him. And we take him back to Soul Society, like we do with all Quincy's. I think it was Silver. Yeah, Silver's character tried to betray us. So we take him back to Soul Society. And we give him to Mayuri. Because that's what we always do with everything. We just, Mayuri. Because everybody likes Mayuri. And Quota's a really good Mayuri verse, to be honest. You should watch one of his videos. And so, things go calm. Then Seltor and Rain do their invasion. And they invade. And I'm not there for the first session of invasion, but the second session, I come on in, and, like, they're fighting people. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go out and fight. And so Crow's like, you see a guy, and I slash at him. And, like, I almost slashed at, like, a Soul Reaper's like, hey, you gotta understand, friend from foe. I'm like, okay. So I run out again, and I get fucking gangbanged by 4 of them. So Silver and Bird have to protect me, but Bird leaves halfway through, so Bird's character, like, disappears, and Silver's Soul Reaper kills about 2 of them. Then I go down. It goes like, okay, roll a D50. And I roll a natural 50. And so he's like, you hear a voice, you hear, ooh, oh. So I have to roll, like, to understand him. And I roll pretty high. So I start understanding him. And so he's like, ooh, use me. And I grab him. And, like, I unlock my Shikai. And I destroy, like, a bunch of them. I just turn into a giant Donkey Kong. That's my Shikai. And remember from when I talked about, like, my Zanpakuto was talking to me? Yeah, he was talking to me in monkey voice, and I was understanding him. And, like, I'm stupid in this thing. So I think I kill a few things, and then I go to sleep. I go to sleep in the middle of the battlefield as a giant monkey. Uh, I wake up one time, save save birds for Arthur. Save Arthur. We become best friends, and then one of the Squad 11 like higher ups, I forgot his name, but he's the one with the the dragon. His Bankai has the dragon, and it warms up. He's like, "Oh, I want you to fight me, and if you do a good job, you join Squad 11." I'm like, "Ooh, ooh," and people have to like roll to understand me. So like, I'm super excited. I'm very excited for that actually. Like they have a small meeting there too. After like we do another fight, and we go back and like, oh, we have to stop the main force. So we have to. They have a small meeting. And I'm knocked out, and I'm talking to like the Squad 11 guys, and Crow and the uh, Camino Robe guys captain are having a drink of sake, and they go and fight, but I fall asleep. I'm just asleep, and so the war's over. I get sent back to the academy, and it's fucking really shitty, but it's actually a good arc because we had to get Rook. Rook comes into play now. He's another guy, and other people in the academy arc, and Celto doesn't really do any much after that. There's a few things he does with me, but after that, he mainly like at that time there was no more D&D in Groose because something happened, and then we're in our current server now, and I'm not gonna say our server name because I don't want to get like it leaked or anything, but we go on we play on that server, and Flobu's still in it, but he doesn't do much. But what else happens? Yeah, we go back to the academy, and like I show my skills. I'm like much stronger than most of the guys, and Arthur's like the combat specialist, and so I think this was first day. I Shikai after we're doing like sparring, and one of our classmates against one of our classmates. His name's James. No, Jesse, not James. Because I was thinking of Team Rocket. Because I was like, Team Rocket. He's a black guy. And he does a keto technique where like he summons a wall, and I just break it and I punch him, and he goes straight through the wall, and he's fucking hospitalized, and he later dies because of me, and that will be more important later, but I'm just gonna say that now. So Arthur gets in trouble. He has to mop all of Sarate and can't do any missions for like a week. Rook goes out and trains. They give us all like letters because of the thing. They're like, oh, we have to shut down the school. They all give us letters of recommendation to go to like certain like schools, like squads. And I go to squad with the Fox, which I actually wanted to join at that point, and I was gonna join, but I didn't have that much time. The most memorable thing with the captain, we were just talking about Beast inside of us, but he had his helmet on, so I didn't know he was a fox at the time. So like I didn't understand what he was talking about, but it was great. The captain was talking to me. I had a little bit more fights and stuff up until like the major point. I'm gonna talk about the Quincy's right now. I think there was Tim and somebody else, and they were roommates. They were half Quincy's, and then Silver made another Quincy because his Soul Reaper died because he was a dumbass, and they fucking, I think that somehow, okay, during the war, I know this is like confusing, but like I don't remember a lot of it. Somehow a Rankar, which is a character, one of our character, not an NPC but a player character, Mayuri like programmed him to play with us, and so like him and I think they both had reflect abilities, so they just reflected a big blast and killed each other. That's when I like, oh, you can decide who to save. Decided to save Bird because Bird's more smart, and so and then we decided to we went. I know I'm saying this, but after the war we decided to go to normal D&D, which I'll probably talk about more. But like it's 1:00 in the morning, so I'm trying to get this over with. So I'm gonna go back to the Quincy's. I'm sorry, this isn't scripted. The Quincy's. There was Tim. Silver's character and Pachaco's character, which Tim is Calvin's character, but I forget everybody else's name. Oh, the most memorable thing they did was kill an innocent girl that a black guy named Jamal was trying to do. That's all I remember until like the last moment. My mission with Squad 6, I was sent out with Bird, who finally can do missions again, and one of Crumb's Soul Reapers, which I forgot his name, but I remember something happens. I'll tell you in a minute. So we fight 2 wandering souls. They're both like possessing armor. It's like I go after one of them runs away. I go after that one, which is Rook's character, and I think I kill it. Yeah, I kill him. Yeah, I kill him. I kill him. Or he somehow survives, and I think I kill him and send him Soul Sight, and he just makes another character, because that's important, but it's not really important anymore. And so then the other wandering soul, which was some girl, I forgot, she's not even in the server anymore, killed Crumb's character by rolling like 2 natural 20s on a swing set. So the swing decapitates fucking Crumb, and Bird gets fucking raged, and Bird just fucking blasts the shit out of her. And then like Silver's Quincy comes out of nowhere, and he beats the ever living shit out of Silver's character. And Silver like even unlocks fucking like the Blitz vein, giving him strength, and Bird's character's still beating the shit out of him. So he uses like his like the one where you sacrifice everything just to kill him. For Quincy, you rip off your thing and he shoots him. He doesn't kill Bird, but he damages Bird pretty good. I get back from fighting fucking Rook's character. I'm like, oh fuck, everyone's dead, and so I bury fucking Crumb's character. I think that's why the fucking it didn't get shut down, but it got like it got pushed back. That's especially why. That's why Arthur. Never mind. That's why Arthur had the boom technique and stuff, because it was actually a field thing from Arthur. Like, oh, we're gonna go to the human world, and so like a few of us went. That's why. I'm sorry. And so that's just before he had to sweep and stuff, and I joined Squad. I joined on an internship for Squad 6. And so I pick up Bird and stuff. They get healed. The Squad 6 stuff happens because of the letters. Then Pachaco's Soul Reaper, a demon, his Shikai, well, it's actually his Bong guy, takes over. And, like, he becomes a demon. His sword's like, his hand is now a sword, like a long ass sword, and he can shoot fucking lasers. He one-shots Bird. That's something that happens to Bird's character a lot. He gets one-shot by a lot of things. And so that happens. Fuck, what else happens? And so, his character goes to the human world, and one of the wandering souls, which is Rook's character, I think he made again, possesses, like, the sword, and it makes it even stronger. So they're like an unstoppable duo. And then me and Bird, after a few days, fight like something Bird already fought. And then, like, it's a hollow that mimics people. And so for me and Bird, there's 2 of them. It's like all across Serite. And he mimics a little girl for Bird, and he mimics Jesse for me, the guy I killed. And, like, I feel bad. And so, like, I get one attack in, and then I fail, like, a few more rolls. And, like, he's like, why'd you do it to me, Max? Why, Max? I'm like, I'm sorry, Jesse. I'm sorry. And so he stabs me, and I go to death. And, like, I haven't mentioned this, but, like, there was a lot of moments where my Zomboctel would talk to me. He was like, unleash your inner primal. Unleash it. Because I don't know why my Zomboctel was so proud of me, but he was. And so, like, I did it at that moment because I finally realized what it was. I unleashed it, and, like, I was an uncontrollable fucking even bigger giant Donkey Kong. I think people from we were far away from Serite. I think that's the big building, but people could see me from there. And like I fucking destroyed the hollow, and all the other ones died. I was like, ooh, and then I start attacking Bird. And like Bird has to like calm me down. And like then I have this inner monologue where I have to go either to Bird or my hollow. Not my hollow, my Zombato. Which I think maybe the hollow visor had like a part of it corrupted it. Because I could shoot lasers and my Bankai. So I think that's what happened. And so like it was evil versus good. And like Jesse appeared on the good side just try and convince me. And like but Celator, like my memories and stuff on the bad side, like convinced me to go to the bad side. So I joined the bad side and I was still on control, monkey. And then like I ran away and I woke up like in a trash can in Kawakura town. I do some things with Celator, he dies. I try to bring him back to life through like this. We had funky coins in our server. So, like, I pay to bring him back. But he's an asshole, so he sends me to prison. He's like, ooh. I didn't even let him die. Like, he decided to, like, get gangbanged by 4 hollows. He's like, go into this. He's like, you should go into this room. He's like, no, go into this room or we're gonna kill you. No. And he gets hit. And I think I slashed him on accident with, like, my strongest fucking attack not in Shikai or Bankai. But we go to the human world, and Sotor practically dies there. He doesn't do anything anymore. What else? The Quincy's decide to attack a small group of... They decide to attack Pochaco's character. And the Soul Society also decides to attack Pochaco's character. So everybody starts doing that. A lot of people die. So Pochaco's character dies. It's Bird and... Arthur's and Silver's characters left, and out of nowhere I appear to like, oh, Bird's character dies and I appear, just take the corpse, and Silver's like, who are you? And I just like look at him like, don't fight me. And so like I start walking away, and then what's his name? The fucking Milos guy, the bandana on the hat guy. I was thinking of this earlier, but I forgot now. Comes out of nowhere, but not out of nowhere. He was the detective on like the case for the Quincy's and the dying girl. I forgot to mention that. But he shoots a rocket out, and like he's like, you're the reason why this town's gone to shit, and he kills both of us. But in my own headcanon, I truly think that I buried Bird in Sarate, and during the 1,000-year Blood War arc, I fucking wrecked some shit. I had the visor. I became a visored, a hollow mass bonk-eyed, giant fucking laser killing some of the fucking Stone Rider. I think that's pretty cool. Pretty good headcanon. And that's pretty much the whole story. And then we still play D&D here and often, but we haven't played in a while. If you want to hear any more stories, just leave them down in the comments below. I got a lot more stories. It'll probably be better edited. But that's all the time I got for now. Like, comment, and subscribe, the usual YouTube stick. And thanks for watching this video, which is just a bunch of pictures and me talking shitly over it. Okay, good night.